Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 256 of the RRBG podcast. This podcast is a proud member of the Podbelly Network. Go to podbelly.com and check out all the amazing shows we have on our network, including the Sofa King podcast, Robots for Eyes, Art and Jacob Do America. I mean, there's one for everything that you're into. If you're into Magic the Gathering, they got you. If you're into the occult, they got you. You're into serial killers, they got you. Everything. Go to podbelly.com, check out the list, and support the network. This episode is also brought to you by Killcliff. My friends over at Killcliff make the best energy drink you can buy in the market today. Clean energy, none of that crap that they put in Monster or any of those Red Bulls. No sugar, just clean power for all the grind you're going to have to put in today. And if you're not grinding today and you just want to relax, they also have CBD drinks to help you recover from any injuries you may have, any kind of inflammation. Maybe you went a little too hard at the gym. CBD drink will get you right back on track. Go to their website, killcliff.com. Check out all their different flavors. My personal favorite Ignite drink is the Cherry Limeade. And in the CBD category, you have to try the Joe Rogan Special. It's the Flaming Joe Pineapple with Jalapeno. It's not that spicy. You just get a little bit of a kick at the end. It's delicious. Go to killcliff.com and tell them that RRBG sent you. This podcast is also brought to you by Saints Joints. Go to saintsjoints.com and check out all the awesome products they have there, including the new Book of Saints that comes with 4 packs of pre-roll joints. This is incredible, lavish, luxurious-looking gold foil stash box. The works. It's the best-looking stash box I've seen. Make sure to go pick one up before they're all gone. And also check out the new hash-infused pre-rolls. Don't forget, it's saintsjoints.com, and make sure you tell them that we sent you. In this episode, I talked to Dimitri Minakakis. He's the original singer of the band The Dillinger Escape Plan. We talk about his time in the band. We talk about the meaning behind the number 43 and 43% burnt. We talk about record presses. We talk about beer. We talk about potentially Dillinger doing Calculating Infinity shows with him singing. We talked about religion. I mean, it was a fantastic conversation. I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to follow him on social media at dminakakis. And please, if you get a chance, check out our Patreon page and support the podcast. Patreon.com/RRBG. Cheers.
Hey man, good freebies are the best.
Right? Yeah, it's good. It's clean. It's not, there's no sugar in it. So I'm okay with those kind of things.
See, if I go energy drink, like I'll go sugar free for sure.
Yeah. This is sugar free, but it's also like they have 2 tiers of the energy drink. They have the regular, like, hey, I just worked out and I don't want to pass out.
Yeah.
Which is the recovery one.
Oh, okay.
Then there's an Ignite one, which is like 150 milligrams of caffeine. That's the I need to go work out drink.
Oh, okay.
The pre-gym, what do they call it? Pre-workout. Yeah, I would go with what you're drinking. Yeah. Yeah, I just, it's been a long weekend. Last night I was at the Violent Gentleman 10th anniversary, which was fun for the Every Time I Die dudes. And
so you went. I had a friend who went to that.
It was good. No, there's a bunch of people. Anybody from Southern California was there. They made the drive.
Yeah. She lives in I think one of the Hollywoods, but
one of the Hollywoods.
Yeah, like I think it's West Hollywood.
Okay.
I'm from New Jersey.
WeHo,
so
man. WeHo.
WeHo. And she texted me and she was like, I just got into a fight with another girl. I was like, really? And she's like 4'11".
Ooh.
And I was like, you did? And she was like, yeah. Nice. Some girl just wanted to get in front of her and then just pushed her.
What the?
So I was like, what are you, 30 years old and get into fights? Come on, man.
Everybody is really weird right now outside. They forgot, it's been 2 years of being locked at home. They've forgotten how to act around other people. It's weird.
Social grace. And it's been happening in sports too. Like last year when they reopened, Like people were like walking onto the field or like going nuts with each other. Like it's socially like online as is screwed up society, but you know, now you lock everybody up, it's even worse.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a cushy prison that we're all living in.
Yeah. It's like, honestly, it's like really first world problems. Like there's people that like had people die from this pandemic. Like,
oh, for sure.
My worst case scenario, which it's a pretty bad first world problem. Like I totally lost a relationship. I had a really good long distance relationship going, and just COVID fucking killed it. It's like you become a caged animal. Yeah. In my instance, you become a caged animal, and you're just like so frustrated. Like I was able, like I have to go to work every day, but like, and you know, Washington State's pretty good with, you know, mandates and all that. But it's like when you can't see somebody, and like it you know, that was mine. But I mean, there's other people that like had family members die. So
yeah, I mean, well, how long distance are we talking? Like how far away was it?
Oh, it was far. Seattle to Australia. So
whoa,
we had we had grand plans, like legit, but it was just like Australia.
Man, I can't do that.
I was doing it. It was worth it, you know, like, but it was like Australia was not cooperating because they completely locked down.
Well, they almost completely burned themselves down. Remember, like that, almost those Australian fires are nuts.
Yeah.
So I mean,
she was planning on visiting, and then I think in April, and then like everything locked down in March. So like I missed it by a month. Month. But whatever. Well, you know, hey, it's good to meet you. You know,
good to meet you too, man. Let me do a proper intro. Let me do a proper intro here so people understand.
I just lay some shit on you.
No, hey, that's cool, man. That's what it's all about. I like talking. I like going deep. That's what I like.
That's why I was like, I've been so quiet about interviews, and like, you know, I rarely, like, people come, like, have been like reaching out to me, but then like I've seen a bunch of yours. I saw yours with Ben. I was like, I need to talk to. Is it Ed or Eddie?
Either one, man.
I'm surprised.
E-Money. I've heard them all.
E-Money. Your really close friends call you that. I was like, I need to reach out and talk to this guy. So here we are.
It was interesting, the whole thing with Ben too. I mean, I've had him on before, and you know, we've met throughout the years at many Dillinger shows. But you know, he came on. He hit me up because he had his buddy Aaron was on the show.
Yeah,
there's some tension there, and Ben hit me. I was like, I need to speak my piece. I'm like, yeah, dude, anytime.
Yep. I was around for that. Yeah,
you were around for that relationship.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. Pre-post, you know, awkward. It's just very awkward. And you know, you guys touched it good. And also like, you know, we want to maintain that we're the same people moving forward and progress, but we're different people in the past.
Yeah.
So absolutely. Like Ben and Aaron, they were different when they met. They were different when that happened, and they're different today. So, you know, and they're adults, so they can iron it out. And there's a reason why you're friends with somebody and you like them. So
sure,
shit happens.
Yeah.
I'm surprised me and you haven't met through the woodwork and stuff.
Seriously, man. I mean, over the years, I've been a lot of, and it's not just going in the city that I was living in. Like I would catch Dillinger playing all throughout the country just because I was traveling. I'm like, hey, they're there. I'm like, let's go. And, but yeah, I'm surprised we've never met. But I appreciate you taking time to talk to me and hang out.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Feelings mutual, man.
Yeah, dude. So, you know, I wanted to, I felt while you were saying the whole thing about, you know, the being in that relationship around that time period, I was thinking about, you know, your mindset in terms of, because that music is very difficult for me to explain it to people that aren't into it, right? The first Dillinger album, like Calculating Infinity. Yeah. When I try to show it to certain friends, they're just like, what is this? The singer sounds like he's on fire. And you know, the band is just sounds like they're fighting each other on stage. I'm like, yeah, I know, but it all stems from
like
some kind of, I don't know. I'm trying to break down what it is that attracts a person like myself and you to create something like that, you know?
I guess it's more like growing up, teenage angst, you know, like, I don't know, like how, like you grew up, if you grew up with like in hard times or you grew up in the suburbs, like we grew up middle-class kids, and what attracted us to that is just different, you know, and, it's a good outlet. We grew up in like a really, mixed area, so we weren't sheltered. So I don't know, like, it's just sometimes like clothing styles, like what attracts you to it? Like, why do you have tattoos? Like, people ask me that, and I don't know how to answer it. Like, the most thing about tattoos, like, I guess they're cool.
To certain people, I mean, to me, I love them.
I love them. It's expression. And I think with music, it's the same thing. Like, you just gravitate to different styles and you enjoy playing certain styles. Like, it just appeals to you. Like, you just like it. Like, you're born gay and you know, you just like the opposite sex or the same sex. You're born, you know, like hetero, you know, it's just, I don't know, you just like it. I'm attracted to that. Right. So I think that's what for Dillinger, and for me, singing like that over that like intense music, it's cathartic, you know, and yeah, it's, instead of just beating up on the wall or a pillow, you could just scream and or listen to crazy music, you know. It's just, you can't listen to heavy music all the time. You got to put on other stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
You know,
even my favorite bands, like after 2 or 3 songs, I'm like, all right, well, switching it up. Even though I know all the songs and I like them, I still listen to full albums when they come out. I'll give them a couple spins, you know?
Totally.
But afterwards, when it becomes, when it gets into rotation time, I got to like switch it up, you know?
Yeah. Well, I've been, lately, I've been on a huge Depeche Mode kick. So there you go. Like, you know, nice. like, you know, like you forget about the old goodies. Or like, oh crap, Depeche Mode, you know? Yes. And then I was listening to the new Carcass. So
Carcass. Okay. Yeah. That was a good one too. Well, yeah, you got to switch it up, man. You know, I think I personally, you know, the attraction to that, like you said, the aggressive music, it is cathartic, man. Like, I wanted to ask you personally, when you stopped being in the band, did you have any kind of trouble dealing with like anger issues? Like, were you feeling extra energy, or like something was like angry that was, you didn't have that outlet anymore? So was it
not
like
issue? I don't think I had anger issues. I developed a lot of like almost PTSD not being in it. I used to have a lot of nightmares about not being in the band anymore. So it more stress. I got more angry as a human being after I got divorced about 7 years ago. That's when being in a band would have been perfect. But post, like, this is like 2001, I was dating my wife at the time, and we got married in 2003. So I wasn't angry back then. Life was going good, but that identity of myself was gone, you know, like that's why I kind of shut down, not doing interviews or not talking about it. It's not because I was bitter about not being in the band. It's just like, I was just trying to find my own identity. And I used to have night sweats and like wake up cold sweat. Cause it's just like, you're one person one day and then you're not. And I loved seeing the success of the band, but it also was like, I've said this before, it was like watching some guy kiss your ex. Oh yeah.
I think you said that was Frank. Yeah.
Yeah. I said that was Frank. It's totally like that. It's just like, you're like, oh, like, cool. I'm glad she's happy. You know, where it's like,
yeah, I can imagine, man.
You know, and like, I've always loved Greg, and like, I've been a champion of Greg, and you know, he's so talented and he's such a good dude. And like, I never was like, fuck that guy for singing my lyrics. And, you know, whatever. It was just, I'm happy. Like, it's like right now I'll relate it to like my ex-wife. Her boyfriend now is an awesome dude. And this guy is around my kids. So it's like my kids are like Dillinger. Like I want an awesome guy for my ex-wife. So everyone's happy. Like Greg being with my old band, I didn't want them to fail, you know, like I didn't want to see that ship sink. So I'm glad they got him, like an awesome singer that got it, brought in a new dynamic because the music changed. So, you know, that was cool, like all that stuff. But so that was my point of not being bitter of like having all these nightmares.
Right.
It was just more like, oh, I'm like a working guy now, and I don't have to go to band practice, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well,
so it's like you
Go ahead.
almost like learn how to become a has-been.
How to become a has-been. Yeah, dude, I was having some trouble with that when my band kind of stopped playing shows. You know, I started noticing like a year and a half, like the first year or so, year and a half was fine, but then like a year and a half in, started getting weird, like panic attacks and like being upset for no reason. Like, I don't know, it was just, I felt weird.
Because something was missing.
Yeah, and then that's finally I realized, I'm like, I used to scream intensely for hours, you know, weekly, and I don't have that anymore. Now I'm just kind of chilling out, and my body doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, it's like you remove that piece of you, and a whole bunch of that goes into it, like the outlet, the identity. And it's not like you want to be like a band member to be cool. It's just it's your life.
Yeah,
you know,
your passion.
like that's your passion. It's like losing a friend. You know, like you don't have that in your life anymore. And so yeah, I mean, I can relate to those feelings. Like, but thankfully, I never got angry when I was first out. I was just more like, like it's just, you know, the way I left wasn't bitter, like from their end or my end. It was like they wanted to keep touring, do one thing. I wanted to take the band at a different speed. So
you weren't a big fan of the touring, I hear.
No, because it was shredding my voice, and I really being in a band. I really love writing, being part of the writing and like recording. So I wanted to be like, hey, I was really pushing to make a new album, but you know, I like touring, but at that level, like if we were on a bus, like not that I'm bougie, but like it was like hard life van stuff. When I was done singing, I would have to go run to the merch table and sell merch. So I was the merch guy. So, and then everyone wants to talk to you while like other people have money in their hand. They're like, you don't want to be like a total dickhead and be like, hey, you know, got to sell that extra large shirt. Yeah. Like, hey man, but hey, bounce.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man. No, it's not an easy life, dude. It's not an easy thing being on the road, taking care of, you know, especially like you're taking care of different things too. You're wearing different hats, and it takes its toll for sure.
Yep.
You know, and obviously the band went on to get, you know, more success to be able to, you know, it's that weird, like what happened because it had to happen for you and for the band, whatever it may be. Now, why not just kind of focus, because you didn't do much after musically, right? You went into your career as a graphic designer. Yeah.
I started working in like print production, and you know, I would do some freelance jobs on the side, and you know, had the fiance and all that stuff. So yeah, I went into that, and I wanted to do music, but I was also like super picky. And I tried doing a few bands within the past 20 years, and they were fun. And it's not an indictment on any of the bands that I've attempted to do, but really for me, it was boring. Cause like, I just like,
yeah, it's a high bar that you have.
Yeah. Like I was in a band with Chris Penny, you know,
yeah.
You know,
that's a high bar.
So like, it's like, I'm bougie in that way. Like I was living in the fast lane, and I was used to that. So I've always been picky. Like if I've had people want to start projects and I'm like, no, thanks. And I'm the king of appearances. Like I'm like cameo guy. And so like I'll show up on someone's stage and sing guest vocals, or someone wants me to record on their album. Like there's this band in Greece that wants me to do a track on their new record coming up. I think they're called Dysphosphorus. I think that's the name of it. Yeah.
Okay.
But the dude's cool and he's Greek, so I was just like,
so you're Greek as well, right? The Minakakis.
Yeah, I'm Greek.
Okay, so totally now we'll do the introduction to the show. So what's up, everyone? Welcome to the RRBG podcast. We haven't been recording this entire time, I promise.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. But yes, Dimitri Minakakis.
That's right. That was pretty good. That was borderline almost Russian, but
I was going to say Dimitri makes me want to go Russian with the accent for some reason.
Yeah, Dimitri. It's okay, Dimitri. It's like Rounders with John Malkovich.
Oh yeah. Man, that dude. Did you hear about John Malkovich filming an entire movie and putting it in a time capsule 50 years from now, so he'll be dead by the time it comes out? No,
that's pretty wild.
He filmed the movie, he funded it himself, and then like put it in a time capsule, and nobody can see it till he's dead. That's what having a lot of money does.
Yeah, that's almost like Andy Kaufman level. Like it's just like kind of insane.
I hope it's just him like taking a poop.
Yeah,
or something ridiculous.
And just laughing.
Yeah. They do like this massive premiere. Everybody's all in suits in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And it's just him on the toilet.
Yeah. Or he's like he's like swimming in gold like Scrooge McDuck.
Oh man, I wanted to go back. I finally remembered when you were talking about the whole situation with Ben and Aaron. You said something that it kind of clicked with me, and I wanted to bring it up. But you're saying that you're not the same person that you are back then, that you are now. Mm-hmm. Do you feel that way sometimes when you look in the mirror these days? Like, do you like even, or looking at old pictures? Like for me, it happens where I look at old pictures. I'm like,
yeah,
fuck, I don't remember that at all, and that doesn't even look like me. Like it does. I don't recognize that guy.
Yeah,
does that feel that way to you too as well?
Yeah, it feels that way to me too. And it's kind of like a double-edged sword where it's just like our values are the same, like from when our parents raised us, and I'm like, yeah, I'm the same person, but we change. So it's like yes and no, like, but yeah, like there's times where I see, like, I was at my mom's house a couple weeks ago and I was looking at old stuff and I found these 2 VHS tapes that I'm getting digitized. But
I saw the post about that.
Yeah. So I'm pretty stoked that we're going to throw that on the YouTube, Dillinger YouTube once I get it back. Nice. Yeah, I'm excited. There's a bunch of stuff that I haven't seen in 20 years, like our Japan trip. We were on a talk show in Japan.
What?
And, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, all of it. It's like me, Chris, Liam, Ben, Benoit. And so like if I was to look at that stuff, it's just like I don't remember doing that. Like you said, you were looking at yourself in the mirror or looking at old pictures, like it's like memory lane shit. That's why I'm posting a lot of old stuff, because I'm like, I don't remember this.
Yeah.
And then but I remember who I was. But like I don't know how I acted when people come up to me and they're like, yeah, I met you this and that. And usually I'm good with meeting people. And like I always say, like I was like, was I cool to you? Like, or
yeah.
Like, was I cool? And they're like, oh no, you were awesome. I was like, all right. Like I'm like, was I a dick?
Yeah, I've definitely had people come up to me and tell me stories of me being a dick, and I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah,
I really don't mean it.
Yeah,
I was probably on drugs. I did a lot of that when I was younger.
The one where it was a bad meeting, but I think I said it to the right person. Ben Kohler?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ben Kohler, drummer extraordinaire. I remember when I first met him, we played somewhere in Massachusetts at this place called The Space. And after the set, Chris was like, like Chris is a lunatic and in a great way. So after we played, Chris just chucked his drumstick like really hard into the crowd at the last song. And apparently he hit a kid in the face, and that kid was Ben Kohler's friend. Ooh. So I was walking back to the merch table to go tend to the table, and I saw the kid on the ground leaning against the wall with like a bloody rag on his head. And Ben was like, I didn't know Ben at the time. Ben was like standing with him, and I was like, "Hey, are you okay?" And Ben was telling me this story. I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember that." And then and Ben said, like, the kid was like, "Yeah, your drummer threw a stick and hit me in the head," and I didn't know that. And then they said, my reaction was, I looked at them and I said, "Oh, I was like, oh, that sucks," and I just walked away. So. But I was like, no. I was like, no. I was like, I wasn't being a dick. I just wanted to get out of there, you know, because it's like, I didn't do it. And I was like, it wasn't like I was trying to be a dickhead. I was just like scared you were going to like hold it account. Cause I think like earlier that year, I split a kid's head open with a microphone in Louisville.
Nice.
So I was a little gun shy, like with injuring people in the crowd. So I was like, oh, that like, this is on Chris in my head. I was like, oh, that sucks. And I just left. But yeah, so that, who knows if I was a dick.
There's I believe, you know, and no offense to Ben's friends, but like, if you're going to a Dillinger show, you know what you're signing up for. I mean, I don't think I've ever been to a Dillinger show where I walk out not injured. I'm always injured at one of the shows, and not like in a negative, like, oh, life-threatening type of situation. Just kind of like, well, I have a bruised rib now, or hey, I'm missing a tooth. You know, like I know you should expect the stick is like the least of my concerns. I'm expecting one of the band members with a guitar flying at me. You know,
I've had stitches so much from Ben. Greg's first show, Ben shattered Greg's front teeth. I think first or second show, but yeah, I mean, if me and you are going to go sign up to play rugby, we know we're going to get hurt, right? You know, so
yeah, don't go to jiu-jitsu class and not expect to get choked out or something. You know what I mean?
Dislocate your fingers or something. But yeah, not that I condone violence at any shows, you know, and I know you're not.
Yeah, it's not about hurting someone. It's about being a part of an experience, and it comes with getting hurt sometimes. You know, like football or any sport, like you said, you're going to get something. You're going to get roughed up.
It's kind of like taking off the baby bumpers, you know, like just have fun, just go fucking wild at the show. Like I've jumped in the crowd so many times. They could have just parted like the Red Sea and just let me like drop like a brick. So
that happened to me at a Poison the Well show.
Yeah. It hasn't happened to me. Thankfully, that must have hurt.
It wasn't good, but I didn't feel it. Okay, so I didn't feel it. The adrenaline didn't let me feel it. I just got back up and started moshing, and then when I got to the car,
I'm all right.
I'm like, oh my god, what happened? They're like, yeah, you hit pretty hard. I'm like, yeah.
Did you fall face down or face up?
I ran off. I grabbed Jeff and we sang a little bit, and then I jumped off, but I did like a dive and a roll. So I kind of like landed. I rolled over and landed on my like back and shoulders and everything. But, yeah, it was not. It's not.
And then you kind of get up. You're like, oh, I'm all right.
Yeah, I just got up. I just kept pushing people. Like people trying to help me up. I'm like, fuck off. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. So that's why I wanted to ask. Like earlier, I asked about the whole like, what do you think it is? Like, what is it about that music that's for me? It's almost like I go in a rage. Like I don't. My body does it uncontrollably. When I hear certain riffs hit, I'm just like, well, going in the pit now. Like there's no discussion. I don't think about it like, oh, I gotta work tomorrow. I might as well hang back. Like, no, it's just immediate. Let's go in there.
See, and that's the thing. What you're doing is no matter what the music is that you like, especially aggressive music, whether you're in the show participating or you're on the band performing, that's the only forum that we're allowed to act like assholes.
Yep.
Because you're not going to go to work and be like, like, you know, like around the water cooler or in the grocery store. Like fucking act. You can act like an asshole and release that. And like people are like, why do you like that kind of music? I'm like, it's not that we're a bunch of angry people, like that we're just going to go like, I mean, there are people like that, but
sure. Yeah.
You know, but it's just, we have everyday problems, and it's just what we do as a community, you know, of music, like even like, you know, lighter bands, like we go and it's an outlet. It's something different where we feel common and different, but we can act. We don't have to care how we act.
Yeah.
And I think that's the draw of it. Like people are like, why do you guys play like that? It's like, it's the only time in life I can fucking act like a complete, and act like a dickhead and
get paid for it
and be embraced. Yeah.
You
know,
not
like
be arrested and taken to, you know, mental institute or anything like that.
Yeah. Cause if you go to the coffee shop and scream in the barista's face, you know, like versus the kids and like, or the kids is a general term, you know that. You know, scream in a kid's face, you know, like they're probably like, do it to me, you know?
That's never, you know, and, you know, pick people up from it's an insane experience. If anybody that's watching hasn't been to a Dillinger show and can't anymore because they're done, but well, you know,
or are they?
I was going to say,
no.
What do you think?
You know what? I'm putting this all on, and you know the little guy yourself. I'm putting this all on Ben Weinman's shoulders. Oh. That guy, Ben Weinman, is the Dillinger Escape Plan. Yeah. Greg told me this once. It doesn't matter who the fuck is in the band, and this is like actually happened. Every single member has been replaced except Ben, because he's the band. So let's all, whoever's watching this, Eddie, me and you, we can all put it on Ben's shoulders. And if Ben calls me and is like, hey, I want to play some shows, I would be like, hell yeah, like, let's do it.
Do a whole calculating tour with you on. Well,
man, I'm not gonna lie. I've already asked them more than once.
All right. I mean, it makes sense. It's fun. It's a fun thing to do. I think people would really enjoy that. And I know that you and him are working on some music. You put some stuff out.
Yeah, that's on the back burner, but that dude's busy and he's got goats, and you guys talked about it, goats and sheep and
it's a whole farm going
whatever
on.
Ducks. Yeah, it's what. Have you been there?
I haven't been there, no, but I've seen the first time we talked, he was like in the middle of a thunderstorm surrounded by animals and like in a barn. I'm like, can we just talk later when there isn't a hurricane trying to kill you?
Dude, it's insane. He has like pigs he has like 2 pigs, like house pigs. And
I used to have a pig in the house. It was a small little potbelly pig.
They're totally like, they're, you know, like they're smarter than dogs.
Yeah.
Like his first pig, Roomba, is like a fucking super smart, but that makes him an asshole. But you had a little one though?
Yeah. Yeah. I had a tiny potbelly one. It would wake me up in the mornings. It would like start snorting like when it needed to go outside to poop. So I built it a pen in the house for a while. And it would wake me up to poop outside, but then it started pooping inside, so I had to take everything out. I'm like, all right, you're just living in the yard now.
Yep.
I'll build you a little thing, and we'll be fine.
Is the pig okay?
Oh, yeah, it's fine. Well, I don't have it anymore.
Okay.
That was years ago. I had to give it up to a farm because I couldn't.
Too much.
Well, I was moving into a smaller apartment. You know, financials were taking a toll.
Yeah.
So, moved into a smaller place. I had to give away most of my animals, but what can you do? You know, he's Ben's good with the monies. I think he'll be fine with the farm, saving all the animals right now.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. But yeah, we plan on doing something. Like, we're not going to be a touring band, but we're even if it's like we were going to do it 2 years ago, but life took over. But we definitely want to do it, and it's going to be fun. Like, he's just like he's been my best friend since I was 17, and in high school. So
nice.
Even if it sucks, it's going to be awesome. For me,
it's not gonna suck.
Yeah.
And I think also
not.
Even the calculating idea, like making a show of that. Nowadays, bands are doing that kind of thing. Look at Poison the Well; they just play 2 or 3 shows here or there. You don't need to go on this enormous year-long tour anymore. Yeah,
you don't need to do that.
You do a couple special shows, and that's it. Yeah,
the only way I would ever do it is if Ben was part of it, because he's the band,
Yeah.
Like, that's just, everyone's like, do you miss it? I'm like, absolutely. Like, playing live is great. The music's already written, it, and just, you play it, it's nothing. I mean, there's a shit ton of great stuff in this world, but it's like one of the most unique experiences playing live and, just presenting something that you made, and it's unbeatable.
It really is, man. They're like, I'm not one of those fans that, oh, it's the best album. I love it. It's one of my favorites. It's actually right here. I also found this I was traveling, and I found this in a local record shop.
Is that the 10-inch?
Yeah, it's like a brown. It's got like a brown color.
Look at that.
Pick those up. This one I've had for a while, but the picked up that Under the Running Board. I thought it was pretty sweet. So I love it, and it is unmatched. Like you listen to the other albums, they're all really great too, but there's nothing like it. There's nothing like Calculating Infinity to me. Like to me, it's caffeine. Whenever I'm on a road trip and I'm like, I don't want to keep drinking coffee, I just throw on the Calculating Infinity. It wakes me up.
That's awesome.
That's all I need.
You know what? Not being in the band anymore. Sometimes when I'm like, I need to clear my head, and I'm having some internal struggles, like of confidence or whatever. I listen to myself. I put on Calculating. Like I listen to myself screaming at myself.
So you like the sound of your own voice?
I don't know about that.
Like, do you like what you're hearing though?
Yeah. Like what I'm saying, like the music's great, but then there's like, I'll go listen to that record and I'll be like, I wish I did this. Like, so I'm like, I'm a little critical in that way. Because when you record it and then you play live, you kind of like evolve. Like if you listen to the live record, like I sing it kind of, on the timing right, but like the tone of my voice and like the, my delivery and some certain lines are way different than it was on the LP. So
that happens. So, I mean, that happens to artists,
Yeah. So like when I hear it, I'm like, I wish I did that different, or I wish I added this extra like glue underneath. Hey, which Calculating did you just hold up? What color do you have?
This is the orange black merge. Let's see.
Wait, hold on. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
So you have orange, black, and whatever
merged. That's what it says. I'm showing the people on the camera.
Okay. Because me being the has-been that I am. Oh yeah, look at that. I have Relapse sends me like the only thing I get out of represses is actual records. Goodness. So I
didn't get the newest reprint. I did not get
the newest.
Nah,
the 20th anniversary edition.
Yeah, I think that's the one I'm missing. This is Relapse. When they did the
Hey, would this be douchey if I signed it and then sold it on like eBay? You think someone would buy it?
I'd buy one.
No, I wouldn't sell one to you. Well, hey, dummy, have you figured it out? I just got a stack full of records and I'm asking what color you have. So I'm going to send you what color you don't have.
I appreciate it. No, yeah,
so
thanks, man. That's awesome.
You have the Orange Crush one?
Orange Crush?
That's Orange Crush. This one's Orange Crush with Splatter.
No, I don't have that. The one I have is Merge. What happened?
Merge?
Yeah.
You ever think before you did this interview that you'd be shopping for vinyl Dillinger vinyl right now. Oh, I have that one.
You'd be surprised, man. Some of these go for a lot of money. The other day I was organizing, and I'm not saying that I'm not selling mine. I have my whole collection over there.
That's why I want to send you one. You appreciate it.
Oh yeah, dude.
Orange and clear, half and half with splatter.
What the heck?
Oh wait,
that's nuts.
That one.
Wow, that's pretty. That's pretty.
I didn't make it, but thank you. I made the music. But no, I'll send you one. That's what I'm trying to figure out which one you want. Do you have that one?
No, I don't. I like the clear one. The clear one's cool looking.
The half clear.
Yeah, that one looks pretty cool.
This one. I hope people.
This should, I mean, for anybody, if there's any vinyl collectors watching right now, they'll love this.
Yeah. You can come and clean my house. I'll give you a record. And then there's that one. Dude, they just sit in my like record collection. You think
you can sell some of those signed for sure? You can sell some of it.
But I wouldn't want to do that. I would rather give them to like just send you one.
I appreciate that.
So which one do you want? Do you want the half clear one?
Sure, yeah. I mean, they're all pretty. I mean, those are all 20th anniversary ones? Or all just different versions?
These are before the 20th anniversary. But I'll send you something nice. After this, you just send me your address.
Oh, hell yeah, man. I also have your other appearance, the Ironworks back there as well.
Oh yeah. That was awesome. I was so happy to play on that.
That was really sick. I remember. It's such a good song too. It's so fitting.
Yeah, and like the Greg Ben was like, these are the lyrics. I was like, oh my god, like these are great. Like Greg writes great lyrics, but I was like, yeah, these are awesome. But like the Ironwork. I was actually talking to Ben about that. I was part of every record up until One of Us Is the Killer.
Really? Little guest spots or artwork. Yeah, so like obviously Calculating was my last performance. Miss Machine, I did the layout with Brian Montori did the artwork, and I did the design and layout of it and all the production. Ironworks, I sang on it. What's the other one? Option Paralysis.
Option Paralysis, I did the layout for that and artwork.
The record for that is actually really pretty. Hold on. I'll grab it real quick. So this Option Paralysis that I have has the cutout, the die cut.
Yeah. And
does it the one that's
oh nice. Does the cutout spin?
Yeah, so this thing spins. So
yeah.
Let me see if I can get it on camera, but yeah, this thing spins.
Yeah, so you got that was one of the first. I think that was one of the first ones.
And it's clear.
Yeah,
all the way clear.
I think they stopped producing those where it was just die cut, and there was just an image
at the show.
I think that's probably one of the first pressings.
Yeah, I got it at one of the shows. I think it was like Warped Tour. I picked it up and held onto it and had it signed by the end of the show.
Yeah.
And that was a wild night.
That record was cool to do because there were so many like formats and different like fun things they wanted to do, like the Digipack, CD, the vinyl, and then we did that box. I didn't design the box, like the actual structure of it. They found that box, and then what we did is we put the graphics around it. So that was fun. So that was a fun record to do.
So did you do like the sleeves and stuff like this, the faces here? Is that your work?
Yeah, I mean, that's artistic licensing. I didn't actually draw that.
It's Photoshop. It's graphic design.
Yeah, Photoshop. Yeah. So
yeah, but so we have that in common. I did a lot of graphic design work in my younger days. That was my day job. I was working for a signage company with my buddy Jay, and he ends up making his own company. So now he makes signage for people. I moved away from that world, but I spent a lot of years in that, just in a shop cutting business cards and all that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. With design, there's like all different elements. There's like illustration, there's production design, there's all different levels. So, I definitely would want to get my illustration skills up, where I wish I could have the chops to draw that sick.
So you're mostly about putting stuff together, like the Mist Machine. I know it's like a bunch of imagery kind of put together.
That's Brian Montori just spent fucking hours over hours. He made these giant, like, the collages were huge, like, and what he just gave them to me in like this big art box, and then I scanned them like in increments at really high res, and then you just lower it down. And, you know, we just assembled it all together. Like, I did that layout with him. That was probably like, I've done I did a Poison the Well, the versions layout with him.
Oh, nice.
With the icebergs. So me and him always used to work so great. Like, he's like kind of like this, almost like the extra member. Like, we always had like friends that were like extra members. Like, our friend Tom was always like the 5th member. Like, Montori was like the 6th member. So
nice.
So he killed it with One of Us is the Killer. Like, all his like ink drawings. So
that was the one I wanted to bring up. I was cataloging all my stuff, and One of Us is a Killer. The one that I have, which is a clear or a white with some kind of splattery thing, it's like $600 on Discogs.
Yeah, I saw you said that. That's insane.
Like, what the fuck? I had no idea.
How much would a calculating infinity test press be?
I would say that's worth a lot of money. Probably $1,000.
I have one. Wow, really?
Probably.
I have one of those puppies.
Hey man,
maybe I'll
rainy day. Fill it with COVID first.
Yeah. Yes. I got COVID. Did you get it?
I'm under the assumption that I got it January 2020, or before it became a thing.
The early folks.
Yeah.
My brother was like that. He was sick as shit, like in January, February.
I was out for 2.5 weeks.
Yep, you got it then. I got it a year ago in November.
How'd you get it? What'd you do wrong?
Through work.
Work.
Through work. Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough, man.
Yeah, it's rough, but you know,
you got over it.
You get over it, but there's some people that can, and I just really wish other people would just understand that. Like, I survived it, but you know what? There's people that are at risk. You know. Any
lingering damage for you? Like any respiratory things or anything?
No, I never. For me, I didn't have respiratory problems. I didn't get a fever. What got me was fatigue, and it just hurt my intestines, not my stomach, just my lower intestines. Like, when food would go down there, it just felt like someone was just kneading dough.
That's weird.
Yeah, and those are one of the symptoms a doctor told me, and they're not very common. So it hit me in the intestines.
Damn.
So I was. Yeah, I didn't either. I was just like, my intestines are hurting. They're like, that's one of the symptoms. I didn't lose taste.
I did. When I got that sickness, I lost taste and smell. I couldn't get out of bed, and
I
always get, I'm always up and working. I'm always working. So if I can't get out of bed, it's like I was miserable because I need to get up. I need to do things, and like, nope, can't move. And I think I got it at NAMM. I went.
Probably that makes sense. Yeah,
super
that was
spreader
around
event,
that time.
dude. Yeah. It was January. It's like, here's people flying in from all over the world, especially people from, European countries and Chinese companies, and everybody selling pedals down in the basement, from China. It's like, everybody's going to get sick. And I was an idiot. I'm an idiot because I'm running around, touching instruments, shaking hands.
Exactly.
And I had a flask because I have I have friends that drink, and I'm weird like that. Like, I get my hands on some stuff, party favors, but it's not even for me. It's always for, hey, we're hanging out. Who wants a joint?
Yeah.
I got some whiskey, and but I was walking around with a flask, sharing with friends, and it's just like, that's probably got it there too. It's probably not a good idea. It's crazy.
It's like it's insane how much we're super spreaders and we don't even realize it.
Yeah.
Especially NAMM. Think about it. It's like Comic-Con, you're looking, you're not touching, but NAMM is like, hey, this new keyboard is awesome. Let me try it.
Nobody's wiping them down before this whole thing. Yeah, now everybody wipes
everybody
that walks by gets a wipe. But now, back then there was no wiping. It was just whatever. Yeah. Drunk people putting their fingers in their mouth and fucking, it was intense. And I'm glad I got my shot. And I'm looking for that booster too.
I am too. Yeah. Apparently, I don't qualify yet because I think it needs to be 6 months. I got mine in May.
Okay,
but some people qualify because of their like my ex-wife. She had a heart attack last month.
Oof.
Yeah, and she's like 40. I'm 44. She's like 47.
Okay.
And she had a heart attack last month, so she's qualifying for the booster because now she's at risk.
I think they approved it today, by the way, for all adults. The CDC just said that,
Okay, that was because I checked a couple days ago if I could get the booster, but
yeah, today I saw it this morning on the news, which is Twitter. The news.
I saw it on the internet.
I saw it on the news, man. Yeah, it's apparently we're ready to go for boosters now. Everyone, I don't care, man. I trust science. Mm-hmm. I'm not a scientist. I'm kind of dumb.
Yeah.
And when I got my shot, I had a little bit of like nodes that got swollen, but it went away. It went away. It was like a couple of days of like sucky feeling, and then it just went away. So I think it's better to just shoot me up with all the science, dude. Give me robot legs.
I'm totally That's what we were telling Adam. Like Adam's, paralyzed. We were like, if they ever made like a cyborg body, would you do it? Like they cut your head off and put it in like glass.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, well, I don't know about the glass part, but he was like, I would do a cyborg body. Like,
oh yeah, I'm all
like $1 million man type shit.
I'm absolutely in. Some people are like, oh, you lose your humanity. I'm like, good. Have you seen what humanity's doing?
Yeah, we've already lost our humanity. We're already there.
Yeah,
we're doing laps around it.
Yeah, it's really wild, man. It's a wild time, but I'm also seeing a lot of my friends doing shit. Like I said, like last night I saw Every Time I Die, and
that's
20-something years of them playing shows and still doing it. It's inspiring to me.
Yeah, we used to play with them in Buffalo, like 1997, 1998. Like it's crazy that they're playing a show last night.
Yeah,
so rad. Yep.
Yeah, man. Hey, I wanted to bring something up from your interview with Frank. Frank brought it up. He said you revealed the story of 43% burnt.
Yeah.
But why 43? That I never got the answer to. Why is it 43% burnt?
Why is it 43?
Why not 41 or 39?
Yeah.
Why is it 43?
Okay.
There's got to be an answer for that.
There is.
Okay. That's what I want to know.
There you go.
I love the lyrics are like about a girl. Okay, I get it. I know. Well, what's the number for? Tell me.
So here's where the confusion lies. And like, if I'm going to call someone an asshole, and they heard it, I'm like, yeah, I did call you an asshole. So like, I back what I say or my intentions, what they are. Like I would never like skirt around stuff. So this girl I used to date thought that song was about her, but it wasn't. And I think I told Frank that, but in her defense, I understand why she would think that, because she had this fixation with the number 43.
Ah. Okay.
So I put the song title there, but the lyrics weren't about her.
Gotcha. Yeah, that happens. That happens when you're writing.
And when she thought it was like she made the connection, I could see how she made the connection, but that for me, it wasn't the case. I'm like, no, the running board is about you. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like, the 653, where are you? Run home, run far. That's about her. And I was like she got like, I saw her at a party once. And she was like giving me the cold shoulder. I'm like, no, that song's not about you. This song is about you. Come on, man. But she didn't want to hear it. But
yeah. That's
but
awesome.
It doesn't matter to me. But that's where, you're the only person ever to ask me, like, for real. No one's ever been like, why 43?
Yeah, I've always had that in my head. I'm like, that's such a specific number. That's got to mean something.
She was fascinated with the number because she was like fixated, because she's like, she would say that number pops up everywhere. Even when you don't think about it, look around. 43 always shows up. And I'm like, really? And she just was like crazy about it. So I'm like, all right, you want it to show up? Bam, put it on a record.
Yeah, I mean, that happens to people. I have a friend that always sees 1111 everywhere. That's a whole other. That's a whole other section of Barnes and Nobles. But the whole 1111 New Age.
It's like, show me a sign.
That's what it is, right? People are just looking for something, and for most people, it's religion. You know, and I hate to say most people, because I've come from religion, but at this point in my life, I'm just kind of not. I'm over that. Like I don't even. Yeah, I don't even humor it anymore. I used to humor it with my ex-girlfriend. She would take me to church, and I'm like, I don't believe in this stuff. And she's like, yeah, but the family. I'm like, all right, whatever. And I felt like I was sizzling while I was inside. Just
like, I'm shocked I didn't combust walking into this church. Like,
right. But everybody's needs that one thing that, some people cling to religion. Some people cling to conspiracy theories, whatever it may be. Some people cling to a number 43 or a number 1111. Do you have something like that for yourself that you like see, or something that kind of like mysticize you? Like
No, I don't actually. Like you're talking about it, and I'm thinking, like, what do? I don't think I do. Like, I know I have a friend that she says, like, sometimes, like, I want to see a sign. And then she sees something, and then she makes the connection. But in her instance, she's not looking for something specific. She's just looking for something out of the ordinary.
Okay.
But I don't do that. I don't do that.
You don't wax poetically?
I'm not knocking it. I'm the same as you, where I grew up, like, my dad wasn't religious, but my mom is. And, my mom used to drag us to church and do all that. And, growing up going to church, I got fucking nothing out of it. Like people praying, I'm like, they're not, like, as a kid, I'm like, what am I doing? And I remember one time I was talking to this old Greek priest, and we were doing this, like, face to face, and he was like, what's your relationship with God? And I'm like, what do you mean? And I'm like 10. And he was just like,
such a hard question for a 10-year-old. Come on.
And then he was like, I'm like, what do you mean relationship? He goes, does God talk to you? Do you talk to God? I'm like, and I was like, no. I'm like, he's not here. Like, and I was just like, how do you talk to him? You don't talk to him. He doesn't talk to you. Dude, the priest, I thought, was going to fucking have a heart attack. But, like,
what do you mean?
Yeah. So, like, like, and I'm just like,
people don't like hearing that they're the crazy ones. That they're the ones listening to hearing voices in their head. That's called schizophrenia.
Yeah. Like me and you were talking. Like, if the priest asked me, like, what about you and Ed? Like, how's your relationship with him? I'm like, he's a great dude.
Oh,
like we can, we talk about a bunch of shit, records and whatever. But like, not. I mean, religion, I guess, is cool for people that have something to hang their hat on and gives them hope. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, it's a tool for them not to feel alone or, like, out of control, I guess. I don't know what's happening, but Jesus is taking care of me, so we're good. He's driving.
God has a plan.
I'm just on the bus, I'm just trying to get to the next destination. It's fine.
Yeah.
So you don't have any, you don't ponder about existence for yourself or anything like that, like mystical or, surreal.
I don't know, like
aliens.
I mean, I do believe that we're not alone in this universe and whatever, but I don't know, like, even with, like, Buddhism, like, how, like, the reincarnation thing, or, like, your energy goes, I believe a lot in energy and, like, the universe. So I don't know what to believe in that capacity. I want to believe there's more to us than the shell we're in. But, you know, I believe like if I feel like I have a dark cloud over my head, I'm going to keep it above my head. Like I'm always unlucky. So like I want to put out in the universe like what I don't want to come back to me. Right. You know? So yeah, I don't know. Like when I die, I just think it's going to go black.
Just going to go black.
Yeah. You know, or maybe like when we die, we just dream like we're like in our sleep.
Now you're getting it.
Now
you're getting there. Now you're getting there. I think it's a dream type scenario because I had I've told the story millions of times on the podcast. I'm not going to tell it again, but I did have an accident where I was presumed dead at this accident, and I did see black, but then it started hitting. Like I did see some other things, and then I spent a very long time trying to figure out what it was that I saw. And it's a hard thing to explain to people when I try to explain it to them and I say, hey, I know that there's more after we pass away. And they're like, well, how do you know? I'm like, well, I can't.
And you're like, well, let me tell you.
No, I can't. I can't tell you. Like, what am I going to tell you? I can tell you what I saw, but you know.
Because I think in that moment, as an outsider from what you like just scratched the surface on it, it seems like we lose control of what we're thinking. So what happened to you just happened, you know? So that, and they're like, tell me what happened. You're like, I can't.
Yeah.
Cause maybe it was just, your brain was just taking over and it happened.
I can't, I mean, you know, how do you explain, yeah, I like that. How do you explain to someone what the, you know, if anyone, I don't know if you've ever tried it, but like, you can't really explain to someone an LSD trip if you've never done it yourself, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Cause it could be different for everyone, or it could be the same, you know?
It's a weird thing when it comes to the mind. And that's one of the most interesting things for me with music and everything. Cause there's always, to me, there's always a connection with music and our existence. You know, I truly believe in that whole, it's the universal language, like universe meaning one verse, meaning the whole, you know what I mean? Like the whole, there's music and frequency connected to all of existence. So I like to explore that territory, but you start, you know, going a little crazy sometimes. You can't go too far down that rabbit hole. Yeah.
And I think and from what you just said, there's gotta be a reason why sound waves travel faster than light. That helps probably the whole connection.
That's what's carrying the molecules, man.
Yeah. But what interview do you explain your incident? Which interview best explains that incident? Do you know offhand?
I don't. Oh, you know what? I
so I can go back and, you know, check it out.
I'll send you a link. I did. Jesse Leach from Killswitch had me on his podcast, and I told the story there, so I could just send you that.
All right. Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was a very interesting thing that I saw, and like I said, I can't really explain it.
I mean, that's why, like, I don't know either, and that's got to be the a hypothetical. It goes black, or maybe we're just going to a dream state, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like my dad passed away 3 years ago. Like, is he dreaming right now? You know, like, is he where he should be? Not heaven or hell, but like, does that continue? Like, is it going on? You know?
I think
who knows?
I think it's happening everywhere all the time. I'm really, and you know, Marvel has been talking about it now with the multiverse stuff and everything. Yeah. I've been talking about that for a very long time before Marvel and with friends, and then I truly believe that is a possibility because I've experienced some things where I've lived out an entire day of my life, and it was almost identical to what my life is. Like, I woke up in my house with my wife and, you know, like all these things, but there was like one thing off. Like, I didn't need my glasses. I remember putting on my glasses and not needing them, and then thinking, that's weird. My vision got better. And then I just fucking went about my day, and then I woke up and my eyes were blind again. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What just happened? Like,
you went into the multiverse, man.
I went into the multiverse, dude.
Yeah.
I'm Doctor Strange.
You're the new Kang.
Oh my God, yes, Kang.
Yeah. That Loki series was so good.
that was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to more. There's a lot.
Yeah.
I've kind of lost my attraction to the MCU stuff, though. I was really in for the Thanos stuff because that's like my boy. You know, I grew up with Thanos stuff, you know, as a kid, and I've always enjoyed the imagery and the story. Like, I love his story of the way he fell in love with death, and like it was so passionate about his love for death that it became a woman that he fell in love with. Like, oh,
I didn't know that. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, wait. Yeah. I think he created her, right?
Yeah, he makes a personification of death and falls in love with her. Yeah.
That's
and, like,
right. I
becomes
did.
her servant. It was such a crazy thing to read as a kid. Like, wait, what? You can go so crazy that happens, and like, damn, okay. But I don't know. There is some similarities to those concepts, and I've seen it all around. I've seen it like in movies like The Fountain from Darren Aronofsky. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I haven't seen it, but I heard about it. Yeah.
That movie has, you know, the reincarnation theme throughout it. And it's something that, like, I heard someone make the joke that what if the light at the end of the tunnel is actually just you coming out of your mom's vagina in another existence? Like, that's the hospital light, and you come out and you're like, oh, shit, what's happening? And you're screaming and you're crying, and the doctor spanks, and then, like, you can't remember you can't remember how to speak and, like, say things. And then so much time passes between being born and learning how to use your body again that you forget about all the other stuff, you know? And that's where you get deja vu and all that stuff. I don't know. It's a weird concept. I like it. I think it's a funny idea.
I'd rather hang my hat on that concept than
nothing, than blackness forever.
Yeah. Or broing down with Jesus.
Broing down with Jesus. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I can't take it.
Dude, if there's a hell, I punched my first class ticket there a long time ago.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking about that too, the disappointment. Like, what if I die and then they were right? And I wake up and I was like, oh, shit. Yeah. They were right all along. Damn it. Oh, fuck. I thought I was on to something. Oh, my God. So, brother, what's the plan for you in the immediate future? I mean, you got your business. Your business is doing well, I assume.
Yeah, I work. I wish it was my business. I work for like a really huge print packaging company.
Okay.
And I'm trying to kick up like a screen printing hustle. But yeah, it's going good. I keep busy.
You got to start a lifestyle brand, dude.
I'm trying.
Get us some you got to get some catchy logo that people love to wear, and there you go.
Go look on my Instagram. I have a link to it. I'm just super lazy about being proactive. I blame COVID.
It's COVID's fault.
Yeah. Like my nickname is Meter, so that's what I'm calling it.
Meter Maid.
I've been called that, Meter Maid.
All right. But I'm following now. You have 60 followers, 61 now. Get it.
Oh yeah, Meter Maid. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, meter.made.
Yeah, and it says coming soon.
Coming soon.
I did that 2 years ago.
Hey, man, just do some sketches. It's a thing. It's a big thing these days. I mean, my buddy just started a company, too, called Badco, and there's different... I go to Designer Con a lot, and that's pretty much all that is. Well, there's a lot of toys, but there's also a lot of just branding stuff. Yeah,
branding stuff. Yeah. Like I kind of what I want to do with it is just kind of incorporate like just like a life, like the lifestyle. What I want to do is, and it's not very original, but I just want to tie communities together where it's like kids that BMX, the kids that skate, kids that listen to music, kids that like art. Like you don't have to do all those things, but it's something that appeals where it's just like not pretentious, affordable. Like we used to go to shows and t-shirts were like $10, and $15, and then shit gets marked up. So it's just, I just want to make it where it's just like something good, and it doesn't have to be like plastered big, but just to like make, I just want to make
affliction shirts.
Yeah. Like I just want to, I just like making things, and I used to brew beer. I stopped doing that because it got kind of boring because everyone, it's just,
were you doing it at home or in a brewery?
Yeah, at home. I was doing it at home. And
it wasn't the Mr. Brooklyn setup, was it? They were selling that shit
Mr.
at Urban.
Brooklyn?
They were selling this shit called Mr. Brooklyn at Urban Outfitters.
No.
Because I was like, in Brooklyn, you don't have enough space, so it's like a tiny brewery. Oh my goodness.
So about 10 years ago, that band Burnt by the Sun.
Oh, Mr. Whitty, yes.
Yeah. He's
yeah.
Mr. Beer. But
Yes.
the guitar player from Burnt by the Sun, John Adebato.
Yeah.
Or Adabata, what we call him. That dude can brew beer like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But he's the one who schooled me how to brew beer. So when I used to live in New Jersey, I brewed beer a lot, and I had a lot of people around me. So when I moved out here to Seattle 8 years ago, I sold all my equipment because it's not fun when you're doing it by yourself. It's a social thing.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That's why I stopped. But I wanted to learn because I like making things. That's why I wanted to learn the screen print years ago, because I want to learn how to weld. Like it's just fun. Creating stuff.
It's a craft, and when the world falls apart and the apocalypse hits, people are going to call you to weld and design stuff for them. When to rebuild the world that we're.
And I'll hydrate them with beer.
Yeah, dude. So, do you still drink at all?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay. Not
a lot though. Not a lot.
What's your favorite like craft beer style?
I like, my favorites are Belgians. Sours are good. How about you?
I love the taste of sours, but my stomach, it bloats up like crazy.
You can only have one. You can only have one, really, a good one. It's just so much acid.
All the acid and the yeast as well. The more over-carbonated yeast on the Belgians just makes me gassy. It's crazy.
I love a good Belgian, but I also love, which is very like, there's a tidal wave of pale ales, IPAs, and hazy IPAs. Yeah. The unsung beers that I really enjoy are like the German beers, like and then there's also Pilsners, like lagers. Like good ones are good.
Yeah. My favorite right now, my favorite beer just passed, and it was the Oktoberfest style, like Marzens.
Yeah, Marzens are awesome.
Paul Lanner makes the best one there for me. Oh, Ayinger makes the best one, I think, for me. But that one's harder to get for some reason. I can't find it anymore. But yeah, I love me a good Marzen lager.
Marzens are good.
I just drank, actually, before we started, this hazy IPA from who is this? Widowmaker, and it's a Mastodon.
Oh wow, that's a red label.
That's a Mastodon.
Oh, that's the Mastodon one?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. And they sent me a 4-pack. It's delicious, but it's 8% double New England hazy IPA. And it's like, man, I can't have more than one, maybe two.
Exactly. You just want to enjoy one.
Yeah.
But I love those like Marzen style, like lighter beers. Okay. There's a good brewery up in Portland. I think Matt Jacobson from Relapse, the owner, is part of the group. It's a Wayfinder beer up in Portland.
Wayfinder's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, like they make awesome German style beers.
They used to work a lot with Barnaby as well from Three Floyds that passed away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that dude was cool.
Three Floyds is another good one. Oh, and there's since we're talking about beer, when I was back in New Jersey a couple weeks ago, we were at this brewery in Chatham, New Jersey, Twin Elephant. And they're going to be releasing a 43% Imperial Stout.
What? Like 43% ABV?
No, we're
just calling it that.
No, yeah. Well, you'll instantly die when you take a sip.
I was going to say, like, wait. Because I know Brewdogs did a beer that was like 30-something% with a squirrel, like inside of a squirrel or something, some weird thing. But okay, well, now I have a mission. Now I have to go hit them up and get a canner to that.
I talked to Whitty already, Dave Whitty. I told him I'd send him a couple bottles. I'll send you some bottles.
Ooh, please.
So what we want to do is we want to make it like a 7-inch release. We're gonna we want to make cool merch with it, just so it's just fun. Like, this isn't a money grab for them.
No,
it's just like I think they're going to do like 500 bottles. I think half are going to be vanilla Imperial Stout.
Ooh.
And then the other half is just the regular stout. And they're going to be aged in rye caskets. So hopefully I went for the when they brewed it. I went and, you know, hung out all day. And so hopefully the beer comes out good. We plan on it. So
I'm excited to yeah, man. I'm glad to hear that that's happening, that it's an actual like barrel aged stout too. I love barrel aged stouts.
And and it's they're called Twin Elephant, and it's they're like the one of the owners is this guy Tim, and he's an ex hardcore kid. He used to put shows on at VFW halls.
Nice.
So it's like it's a total like hardcore community type production. Like he gets it.
That's good. That's good, man. That's always been my goal with this show, and what I've wanted it's to encourage more people to do this, to do beer collabs. Like every band should have their own beer. It just makes sense to me. Yeah. You know?
It's, I mean, not everybody drinks, but a lot of people do.
Yeah.
You know, and beer is like, it could be rare. Like if you do a limited batch, you know, and it could be fun. And I think that's what we're doing it, you know, cause it's just something fun, you know, it helps them out. It puts their name out in the world, and it's cool. Like I get to have my band name on a beer bottle.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Yeah. And you know, you, like you said, you make it look nice, and it's a collectible sometimes, you know. I've held on. I have cans and bottles of cool looking shit that I don't want to throw out. I just clean it out and put it on as a display unit. You know, that's it. But that's really exciting, man. Now, you know, I'm excited to hear that, and hopefully, you know, we can work out a deal. I'll send you some beers back.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be a good trade.
Yeah, we'll do a little trade.
Yeah, even we can even do that if I'll send you some Seattle beers. There's some good breweries up here.
Absolutely.
You know, we could just do it that way.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
we could use the same box, and I'll just box it up. And
I work for shippers.
I work for a print packaging company, so I can have them make me a
box.
Yeah, like a shatter-free box.
Yeah, they have those. I used to ship a lot of beer. Well, I worked in the beer game for 8 years as just a sales guy. And you know, I was living in Florida, and I was ship people here in California just boxes of beer from Florida. Like they have where the inside of the box is all styrofoam, but it has the holes cut out for each bottle.
Yeah.
And then it has a topper that holds it in place, so it's perfect.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
that's perfect because it's totally do.
They have those at like Bevmo or Total Wines too now that you can just buy, like shippers they're called.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. That's good to know.
Yeah. I used to do a lot of trading.
Yeah, because I used to I'm talking about like 2012, 2013. I used to like, you know, send my beer to like people around, you know, the States, because they'd be like, "Oh, you're brewing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll send you some." And I would
wrap it in bubble wrap.
Totally like Rocky Balboa style, like find whatever's around my house and
newspapers, toilet paper.
Yeah, and I would do the shake test.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't hear it jiggling.
I have friends that would go to the extreme and put like a Tic Tac container with a couple Tic Tacs in it, so that when they would shake it, it sounds like Tic Tacs and not liquid.
Yeah.
That was a little trick.
Yep.
You know, because you're not supposed to ship alcohol all the time.
You're not supposed to, yeah.
But that's one trick. The other trick is when they ask you what's in the box, just say live yeast samples, because it's not a lie.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not beer, it's live yeast samples, man. Oh, man. Hey, well, I'm going to let you go. It's been an hour and 15. This is like one of the longer ones. I don't really ever go this long. But,
all right. It's because I fucking talk a lot, man.
Yeah.
And I knew I would get you, too, because I'm like, he talks back.
Oh, I do. But, you know, let's do it again. And you know, down the road,
Absolutely.
Let's do it again.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll have more to talk about by then.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm sure I'll be making my way down to LA at some point.
Oh,
within the next 6 months. Yeah, and we should hang out. Like Brian, my friend Brian's down there. My friend Carolina, that's the fighter girl.
Oh, nice. Yes.
So, you know, I'm sure I'll go visit them. I'm in Seattle, so it's not it's a 2-hour flight. So
yeah, I'd love to go to a local brewery or something, get a beer.
Yeah. If not, I'll go to In-N-Out Burger, wherever.
In-N-Out. I'll bring a cooler with some bottles.
Yeah.
But cool, man. Thank you so much for your time and hanging out with me for a bit. Anybody that's watching and listening, your socials. I believe it's at D Minakakis.
Yep.
Is that it? So at D Minakakis, if you want to follow your adventures, your black and white pictures. I like the aesthetics you got going on.
Thank you.
Are those all your pictures that you took?
Yeah, most of them. Yeah, pretty much with my iPhone.
There's one that was you performing, so you didn't take that one.
Yeah, so those I didn't. But I give people photo credits, like. Okay.
No, but yeah, I like I dig the vibe on the page now, the whole black and white thing, man. It's really cool.
Thank you. It's my black and white phase. I go in and out with that.
My noir phase.
It's called fashion.
Oh yeah, sorry. I
don't know. I'm being a dumbass.
I wear t-shirts and metal hats. That's all I wear.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, definitely if you come down to LA, let me know. Let's go get a beer, and I appreciate you. Everyone, like I said, follow along. I'm excited to see that there's potential things with Ben separately, and that there might be other things. I'd love to see you perform. So
we can lean on Ben hard. Let's put the pressure on that jerk. But no, not anytime soon. But thanks, Ed. I totally appreciate your time too. It's a pleasure, honor.
The honor is mine, sir. I've been listening to those records for years, and it's still to this day. Like whenever I'm tired, like I said, I just throw it on. It wakes me up.
Yes, virtual high five.
Virtual high five, brother. Be good. We'll talk soon, man.
All right, be good. Talk to you later.